Hello and welcome to another adventurous edition of Explore Richland. I'm your host, Mark Ingham. Well, today I'm riding along one of the gems of our community, the Riverfront Trail along the shores of the majestic Columbia River. It doesn't get much better than this. And I'm not hogging all this beauty to myself. I've invited David Spalding to share the experience with me. David is the executive director of the Wheelhouse Community Bike Shop. David, thanks for joining me today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me out, Mike.
Well, the city of Richland is bringing the first bike-in movie night to the Tri-Cities.
Yeah.
It is a collaboration with Wheelhouse Community Bike Shop. Now, before we get into the specifics about the event, David, could you please first explain how the idea of this event was born?
Well, Wheelhouse is really dedicated to working with our community, working with the communities of the Tri-Cities to introduce bikes as a great way to enjoy our neighborhoods. And we have a lot of contacts with other organizations that do similar things, and one of the popular programs that they do is a bike and movie event. And so we really wanted to bring something like a bike and movie event that's family oriented, that has some biking parts to it, and bring that to the Tri-Cities. And Richland was open enough to work with us to bring movie night, bike and movie night to Richland for this time around.
Great, yes, and it sounds like an amazing event. And, you know, David, take us through the schedule of events for the Bike and Movie Night.
Okay, so the Bike and Movie Night is August 19th. That's a Saturday. At 6 p.m. we'll be opening it up and starting for it. People can show up, and we'll have food and some music and some safety programs going on. At about 6:45, we'll line up for a bike ride. So we're going to have a family bike ride as part of our event. And we'll start on that bike ride about 7 o'clock. Now, it's not a very long ride, but it takes advantage of some beautiful areas of Richland and end up along the river in some parts. And that ride, maybe about an hour we'll take on it. It probably won't take that long, but we want to give people time to have a nice leisurely ride. At 8 o'clock when we get back, there'll still be time to get some food, some refreshments, cool down from the bike ride, and hang out, do some more safety education. And at 8:45 or so, when it gets dark, we'll start the movie. And that movie is the 80s movie E.T., the extraterrestrial, where, bikes play a pivotal role in that movie.
Exactly, yeah. It's a great selection and a great classic movie to show. Well, Dave, in addition to a fun community bike ride and classic movie, the event has a strong message and tie to bicycle safety.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, so Wheelhouse has several missions, and of those are education. In order to promote bicycling in the Tri-Cities, education is really important. A lot of people aren't as familiar with all the rules and the laws that come along with bicycling, but also we want to give people opportunities to be safer on their bicycles. Just like there are programs that offer safety seat information and education for folks with kids, we want to offer information and even equipment so that people are safer when they bike. So we'll be offering helmets and bike lights so that people who don't have the opportunity to have those safety pieces of equipment will be able to get those. And it's great because we have local sponsors, Kagan Coffee and Crepes and Go Green Tri-Cities, actually helping us sponsor getting those lights so that we can give them away. So people who don't have an opportunity to get those will at the program.
And David, what are your goals for a bike and movie night? You know, what do you hope to provide the community through this event?
Well, I would say one of the things about biking is that at least in a lot of communities that are starting to grow bicycling, a lot of times bicycling is seen as a recreational event, something that is exercise or something that is a toy. And what we really want to show is bicycles can be used as a way to bring community together. Yeah. And Bike and Movie Night is a great way to do to give an example of how we can bring the community together for something fun, something that's family oriented.
Well, David, walkability and pedestrian access in and around Richland is an important topic and one that city leaders and city staff place a high value on. My question to you is how walkable or how rideable is Richland, and why is providing this access so important?
Well, the challenge is that walkability and bikeability, or any transportation challenges, is really subjective. What might be really good for one group of people might be a disadvantage to other folks. You're also in an area that has been heavily automobile focused for a long time, and so that presents a lot of new challenges when you have bicycles, pedestrians, and automobiles sharing the road. I would say, from my personal point of view, I think Richland has done a good job of making the community more walkable and more bike-friendly. I don't think there's any place you could point to, even Portland in the United States, that is the perfect bike and walkability model. There are programs like the League of American Bicyclists offer a program called Bicycle Friendly Communities, and that really gives a baseline where communities can see, you know, what they can offer and what goals are out there to make communities more bike and walk friendly, and then they actually qualify it, so you can have honorable mention, bronze, silver, platinum, all those kinds of things. And that's a neat opportunity because, like I said, it is very hard from community to community and to represent what is good bike and what is good walkability. One person here might say that we have a terrible area to bike in, whereas another person might say we have the best area to bike in. And I hear all versions of that from people who live here and people who visit here.
Wow, great answer. Well, David, thanks for spending some time with me riding along the beautiful Riverfront Trail and discussing the upcoming Bike and Movie Night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the event is scheduled for Saturday, August 19th at John Dam Plaza, beginning at 6 p.m. and ending around 11. This is a free family event, and I strongly encourage you to come out with your friends, and certainly while you're there, meet some new ones. And I want to remind you, if you're not interacting with the City of Richland on social media, I strongly encourage you to log on and give us a like on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. We are very active on our social media platforms and share all sorts of important community information on them. And I'd like to thank you for spending some time with us on Explore Richland. We'll see you next time. And David, it's a little too early to go back to work, so I say we keep going and explore Chamna.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.